It's a story we've heard time and time again from sales managers across industries. Information seems to slip through the cracks no matter how well it's taught, and keeping the team engaged is an ongoing battle. When it comes to measuring a salesperson's true readiness, traditional tests fall short. Even human evaluations can be clouded by bias. These aren't just minor hiccups for a company, they are roadblocks that can make or break the sales team's performance. If we talk about numbers, then the global sales training market is set to hit $7.6 billion by 2028, growing at 4.56% annually. But the real story is software sales training. It's exploding, $6.11 billion by 2030, with a 14% yearly growth. North America dominates this market, accounting for 44% of it. Why? The answer is clear. It's a shift to mobile-based learning. These aren't just stats, they are clear signals that the market is hungry for innovation, especially in software and mobile solutions. It's telling us that businesses are actively seeking new and more effective ways to train their sales teams on the go. Imagine the ideal system that goes just beyond testing memory and diving deep into a person's knowledge holistically. It wouldn't stop at the surface level, but would measure how well they truly understand the material. Now, consider the importance of confidence, not just what a person says, but how they say it. The ideal system would evaluate a person's face and tone during the assessment, ensuring they can convey assurance and clarity, which are the key traits of successful salespeople. Finally, to revolutionize sales training, this system must offer an unbiased and in-depth evaluation. By eliminating human bias and providing a comprehensive analysis, it ensures that every salesperson is assessed fairly and accurately, leading to more effective and equitable outcomes. This is where Snap.ss steps in. It's an AI-based assessment system which can judge a person's knowledge based off of their video. It uses a multimodal analysis of video, audio, and text to do so. The training part is taken care of by existing sales training software where a person learns a particular module or unit. After that, Snap.ss loads the assessment and shows the person a list of questions to be answered. The person records video answers to those questions. Once a video is submitted, it gets processed by the system, which produces a report. These reports can be easily viewed or shared to the user or training manager. So as we can see, the training part is already taken care of by the LMS, and once the assessment part starts, Snap.ss takes care of it. So let's look at an example of a sales training website where a module is open, right? So a salesperson is probably learning this particular module, and this is the data that Snap.ss uses to judge the user's knowledge. Now, it's not just the data on the screen, it will be the data in the whole unit that the user is trying to learn. Now, after the user is done learning, they are ready to take the assessment. Snap.ss can be integrated with just a simple button that takes the user to the assessment screen by clicking upon it. Here on the Snap.ss portal, we have the questions that are pre-assigned by the training manager or as per the unit in the learning management system or sales training system. For each question, the user has to record a video response. The user begins the recording and they hit submit when they are done. And finally, after a few minutes of processing, the report is ready to be viewed. Now, here are the different aspects of the report. This is the report screen. So I'll go into each of these aspects. But essentially, the screen is scrollable and you can look at various features of the report. And the report is generated pretty quickly, which is also something we will go into. Now, let's talk about the various features of the report. So first, Snap.ss splits the transcript into meaningful sections called segments. For each segment, we have its multimodal analysis. This is because if you consider any human speech which is meaningful, it has some context and it has some segments built in within it. So Snap.ss can intelligently detect these. Now, what is the multimodal analysis? This is the overall analysis, and scores are provided along with comments on how the speaker did on each axis. So these are the text, audio, and video scores, and text is nothing but content. Snap.ss also provides summary and feedback, which are important to both the trainer and the trainee. We can also customize the report to provide more such impact points and strength and weaknesses in the response. I'll not dwell too much on this technical diagram, but it's worth noting that the multimodal analysis generates a rich report that's also easy to view and understand. Now, let's get to why Snap.ss is a Gen AI innovation. So, all of our models are blazingly fast. In fact, Snap.ss running on a standard Tesla GPU can evaluate a person faster than they can speak. Moreover, the video and audio models, which already run on CPU, don't show any loss in performance when we run them. Customers can plug in their own pre-trained models to carry out the assessments. Even in the report, the final score is weighted based on the multimodal scores, and this weightage is also customizable. And as we'll see in a bit, there are plenty of features to add on to the assessment for highly precise use cases. We also use agentic AI, a council of models-based architecture, which is more effective than single model systems. Now, Snap.ss also provides a rich framework to identify different parts of speech, and it's also scalable. So it can scale with existing sales training systems, and it can also run standalone assessments. Let's look at a quick demo. This is nothing new. It's just what I showed you. It's in a live environment. I have already recorded a video, and we can view its report. This is a video related to Max Benefits Insurance, which is something that I've created. And we can see that the summary and feedback are provided. And this response has 3 segments. And also the scores are provided. Let's get back to the presentation. So, as I said, Snap.ss provides a rich framework to identify various parts of human speech. These features can be baked into the report as additional services on top of the base model. There are many skill training platforms on the market, and none of them offer full integrated AI assessments. Snap.ss emerges as a natural disruptor in this space. In order to further strengthen this product, our future roadmap includes many more functionalities to be made available. Take dynamically updated unit data, such as car sales or stock market figures. The system will be updated in such a way that no matter when the salesperson takes the assessment, the periodical data is available to Snap.ss to grade the response. Furthermore, human-in-the-loop models will make for more robust assessments by correcting the mistakes of the model and fine-tuning it to the satisfaction of experienced human evaluators. Real-time correction can also help individuals with low confidence improve their sales skills. And I already talked about customizability as a very strong feature of Snap.ss. Now, Snap.ss is still a product very much in development, and with every feature that we add to it, it shows its promise in playing a pivotal role in the future of knowledge assessments. Here are all the industries that it can potentially be applied to, bringing great value to them. It joins a long line of AI-based products that do not aim to disrupt, but rather enhance human knowledge in unimaginable ways. That's my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Varun. We need to start with the Q&A. Can we have the timer for the Q&A, please? Professor Julie, would you like to go first?
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Varun. So you mentioned that your multimodal analysis provides a fair and unbiased evaluation of the user. So how do you ensure that it's unbiased?
Right. So we ensure that so first of all, we customize for every single customer, right? Right now, we have our base model, the video and audio models, which are performing. But if we wanted to perform really well at high accuracy, we would customize them. When we customize them, we would extract features which are independent of, the skin color or, those kind of things. And we would ensure that the features are extracted in an unbiased way. After that, the analysis is done purely on the features. So once we extract the features and once we extract the evaluation criteria along which we are evaluating, such as facial, confidence, expressions, and so on and so forth, if the model is able to extract those features in an unbiased way for different races of people, then we can ensure that we can provide an unbiased evaluation. So the answer lies in basically extracting a set of features and then doing processing on them, right? And the extraction of those, if it's efficient, then it's unbiased.
So what data have you trained your base model on?
So our base model, our video model is it uses the DLib library for facial landmarks. It's an ImageNet data set, so it detects facial expressions. And in the audio model, we've basically used RAVDES. So that's the Ryerson database. So it's a database of actors, who speak in certain expressions. But as I said, if a customer comes to us, we are going to customize the models for them, and that way we can ensure higher accuracy and an unbiased evaluation. So right now these are just the standard models, but we will be customizing on a customer to customer basis.
Okay. And last question, how do you define the weighting between the scoring of, say, the video, the audio, or the text content?
Right, that's a very good question. We test. So we test with human evaluators, and we also see the different parameters that Snap.ss is giving us. Now, in the weightage, we will basically have different weightages for different use cases. In fact, the weightages are customizable to the assessment level. So even for the same customer, same unit, if you have different questions, then the weightages are different. And it's basically by testing and matching up the weights to what the human evaluators how they evaluate the response. But here I must say that we have experimented with a wide variety of domains, a wide variety of types of questions. So you have list type questions, you have subjective questions, you have open-ended questions. So across various domains, across various type of questions, we have seen that adjusting the weights according to human evaluators is a good approach, and it does provide us that nuanced opinion that we need.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Professor Arnab, would you like to go second?
Right. Okay. So what is really the innovation part in your solution? I mean, these are all, there are technologies for this in bits and pieces, correct? So can you please explain the core innovation part?
Right. So there are two parts of the core innovation. One is the fact that we have an opinionated view of knowledge assessment. So if you look at a list type question, or if you look at a subjective question, we have certain criteria in our content model and our video model which we wanted to match. So that is the innovation in terms of how do we actually, like, what's going on in the backend, and what features do we actually measure in order to get this conviction.
No, I didn't get it. So what does it mean to be saying opinionated?
So okay, so consider video, right? If you have video analysis, you can do posture detection, you can do sentiment analysis, you can do eyeball tracking. So there are several features, for lack of a better word, which can be extracted and classified. Our unique IP is how we put these features together to get the assessment report. And even in the content model, you can talk, okay, so when is the content, when are you sticking to a content, or when have you answered a question well? For that, we have a set of criteria in the content model as well. And those criteria are the IP. And the success of those IP is in the fact that the response that Snap.ss provides is very close to what human evaluators do. And just one more thing about customizability. So the fact that we have this scalable system where multiple models can be plugged in. If someone talked about atomic design, right? If tomorrow someone came to us with a new criteria they want to assess, we can integrate that model also into our system. So the architecture is our innovation.
So the architecture system is,
yes.
And this is for speech, etc. All of this is for English only, right?
This is for English only, but it can be easily extended to multilingual languages because of the transcription libraries that we are using on the backend.
Okay, but you have not tested it with any other language other than English, right?
We have not tested it. We had some interesting results with English, so Hindi plus English, because we had a customer, we gave a demo to a customer, to a potential customer, whose training used to happen in Hindi and English both. Okay. So we got some mixed results, but we are still working on it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Arthur, your question.
Obviously in sales domains, there are some people who are kind of naturally very skilled in selling things.
Yes.
So how do you make sure that your system can separate and measure the impact of training from this kind of natural bias, natural talent of a person who possibly can by itself already very convincingly sell something.
Yes, right. So actually, there was we started this project because of a medical corporation which used to sell medical devices, and they needed a system to help their salesmen. So there is a question of natural sales, but then there is also a question of reliability. So if I'm selling medical devices, I cannot say any information that is wrong. I have to be highly precise, and I have to maintain a set of criteria when I'm talking to a potential customer. So it all depends on the individual questions in the assessment. Those questions, how Snap.ss produces the report of those questions can be customized. Let us say you had a question which says you have a pacemaker, explain its features. Now that is a list type question. You cannot talk around it and have some fluff and the system will give you a good score. However, there was one of the questions which we saw in the demo as well, which is make a pitch to a 50-year-old person who is going to retire in 10 years. Now that is more of a subjective type question, and over there our content model will judge it subjectively. So the configurability brings in the effectiveness of the system for different kinds of responses.
Another question is, I was wondering whether this approach could be used for examination or evaluation of
Yes,
training
absolutely.
efficiency for other domains. So first, what is the specific things which make it particularly suitable for sales, or in other words, is there something which precludes it to be transferred to other domains like vocational education, university education?
Yeah. So while testing our system, we tested it for two major use cases. One is sales and the other is edutech. So edutech is very much a domain that we are going after. In fact, all of our systems and all of the different weightages, they apply very well to the edutech domain as well. So that's a natural space we are looking to enter. There is nothing precluding the system from those domains.
Okay. Maybe I guess there are no other questions from the jury, so maybe last question from my side.
Sure.
I think the best criterion whether somebody has land to sell is whether a sell is successful. So are there some extensions or possibilities to test maybe as a conversation with an AI agent, whether such a conversation would produce a closed sale?
Yes, absolutely. So great question. The next phase of our project involves building out this module where not only a salesman, but also generally a student can interact with the system. So the feature that you're talking about where the system mimics a customer and you have to actually interact with them and it gives you a sales score, that's very much possible within our architecture.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julius.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. That's all I would like to say.
Thank you, Dr. Varun.
Thank you.
We have shared a link in the chat box. Please do copy the link before you leave the session, and please do share it with your team member as well. Julius, please enter your scores for Dr. Varun presentation. We'll get the next set ready.